Oh, you know what? I think I decided after this series, I'm going to take the White Sox to win the AL. How do you feel about that? You frozen?
Oh, I forgot. You think I'm mushing the White Sox.
I'm in a cup chair chat.
It's like
I don't think we.
I bet the under and faded Messi with Krabs. This is fucked.
What makes a finger blast a reversed finger blast?
How about I just show you? I went like this on my comforter. I was like pointing down.
I'm going to gift you a sub right now. It's $5.99. I'm going to pay it. I did it from the Book It Twitch. So Book It just paid for it.
Are you standing or sitting? You want me to comment on? I'll comment on fucking everything. I'll comment on the glare and the TV in the background.
I fucking hate hardos, dude. I hate hardos. All the fucking people in your comments about the lattes, and they're so fucking cool because they drink black coffee and fucking IPAs. Oh my God, I hate hardos, dude.
Hey, Kate's Hardos, dude. That's why I'm very neutral today. No Georgia Bulldogs attire. God forbid. Look at State coming in here with, oh, I'm an Orlando Magic fan. I just got fucking ridiculed by Jeff, so now I'm just gonna wear my favorite team's hat. Yeah, good shit. Oh, I like that March Madness shirt, by the way. Was that did you get that? Oh, God damn it. Magazine fell. Did you get that at like a recent game that we went to?
I got it at the March Madness Sweet 16 before you met up with me for the Elite Eight. I went to the Sweet 16 with the boys.
Before I met up with you at the in DC.
St. John's, Duke, and Michigan State UConn. Two very, very good basketball games.
That was absolutely I think in terms of matchups, does it get any better?
I don't think it gets a lot better. No, I got a fucking Izzo, Patino, Shire, and I forget the last guy. Oh, Dan Hurley.
Yeah. I'll say it. I'm kind of excited. Like, I know we're getting excited for football. I'm kind of excited for college basketball.
Definitely.
Rocks. I think this sounds so stupid. That first four experience was really fun.
It was really fun and really easy to do. Like, it was easy.
Yep.
The flight was easy. The hotel was cheap. It was walking distance. Like, I could do that every year if I had to.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. I mean, I know they're gonna expand it. And I don't know if it's gonna go from first 4 to first 8, first 10. I don't know. What cup is that?
Oh, it's a sick cup.
That is a cool cup. What does that say? Oh, okay. That looked like an old school, like, movie theater cup or something.
Yeah.
W Bucky's. Anyways, good morning. No shot, Jeff talking ball. That's right. Dog days of summer has the baseball guy ready for college basketball. Yep. I guess that is true. Although I did watch some baseball last night. Can't wait to talk about the Cincinnati Reds, because I'm gonna go ahead and put a position against the Reds, like I was going to last year with the Nationals and never did, because we were gonna bet on a team every year in June. I saw firsthand how pathetic the Cincinnati Reds were. We'll give it a minute. I want to make sure our guy Brinks is in here. Do we have any other Reds fans? I think that might be the only guy in our crew. State will hate this, but Buc-ee's is so overrated. It's gotten, I think, you want to talk about Buc-ee's for a second?
It reminds me of a Jay-Z quote, but I'll let you go first.
All right. I think Buc-ee's is like the first time you go, it kind of delivers on the hype, because it really is unlike anything you've ever experienced. A gas station that's, I don't even know, it feels like a supermarket with every kind of sandwich you can think of, the jerky, the merch. Like, it really is cool. I remember the first time going into a Buc-ee's. I even thought the second time going into a Buc-ee's was very cool.
Yes.
When you've had your 4th or 5th Buc-ee's sandwich, and then you go to the Buc-ee's maybe like that 6th time, you kind of think that you're over it. Like,
yes,
I think it's just like, okay, Buc-ee's is cool. It was fun to do for the first couple of times, but now it's like, it's peaked and it's dropped down. I don't know that I'm going to go quite to Chef Timbo and say it's overrated. I think it's just one of those things where, like, the hype hits on the first couple of visits, and then you realize after that, it's really just cool because it's a unique experience, and then it's kind of blah.
Yeah. So here's the Jay-Z quote. Would you rather be underpaid or overrated? The only reason I would rather be overrated. The only reason Buc-ee is overrated is because of how high people rate it. I think you said it perfectly. It is the coolest gas station in America. So can it be that and also be overrated? I think it's unquestionably the coolest gas station in America. However, I did just go to the one in Brunswick, Georgia, just me and my 7-year-old daughter. And number one, you look around when you walk in there, there's like 1,000 people. You're like, damn, I got to grip my daughter's hand real tight because this feels like a place a child would get abducted. That's number one. Number two, it's stressful. Like, Buc-ee's is so busy now, it's a stressful place to go. There was traffic off the exit for like 10 minutes. Like, I sat in 10 minutes of traffic to get into the Buc-ee's parking lot. There was 1,000 cars there. I had to park far as shit away, walk her in. It's 110 degrees out. So at the end of that Buc-ee's experience, it was like my 10th Buc-ee's experience. So I've been a bunch of times. The magic has worn off, like you said. I got a delicious sandwich, but I kind of said to myself, like, damn, kind of wish I just went to a Wawa where there was 10 people at and I didn't have to deal with all this bullshit. So I'm kind of with you, but it's only overrated because of how high people rate it.
Can I add 2 things?
Sure.
The sandwich, like the food there is very good, but I don't think it is worth the overwhelming experience that it is every single time. Like,
totally
all the sodas they have on tap, awesome. But if you want to really experience it, you need to go through the overwhelming experience and walk around the whole place. You can go in and get out, but it's like, what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're just going in there to get food. I might as well go somewhere else. Also, I don't know if this is their way of having it have a gas station feel. There's nowhere to sit to eat your food at any one I've went to. You got to go do it in your car or somewhere. Like, there's no benches outside or anything.
It's
Like-
because they don't want you to stay there.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
They don't.
They want
That
people
is
to
an
Too many
interesting-
people. Yeah.
That's an interesting observation now that you mention it. It doesn't necessarily bother me because it is that gas station. Like you grab it, you go. The sandwiches, the jerky, the shit's easy
Yeah.
to eat in your car. Steak, you just said exactly what popped into my head as you were talking. It makes you appreciate Wawa. Like Wawa is that perfect in between. You have your gas, you've got your gas station, and then you've got your coffee station, and you have your sandwiches, and your sandwiches that are actually being like made by people, which I'm not saying it makes it good. I'm sure they're just shit, which is also funny. I saw this thing on TikTok. I'm sure you probably all have too now. Have you ever looked at the ingredients in a Bucky sandwich on the sticker?
No, that'd probably piss me off.
You haven't?
No,
Dude.
I don't think I'm gonna like it.
Oh, no, you're not going to like it. Has anybody in the chat, people have had to see this. You're a fucking TikTok guy, too.
Never seen this. I guess my algorithm knows I wouldn't like that. But
Oh,
also, I just want to say, someone in the chat said Wawa is overrated. I think it was Swizz. I think that's an horrendous take.
Yeah,
think
I
that's
agree.
horrendous. Wawa fucking rocks. I do have a regret in Pittsburgh. I didn't go to Sheetz. It's like the only thing I didn't do in Pittsburgh. I need to get to a Sheetz to compare it. Wawa fucking rocks. Wawa hoagie. The fact that you can get that at a literal gas station is crazy.
Yeah, and I think the sandwiches are actually pretty good. But again, I'm sure Wawa's whatever goes into their food is probably just as bad and disgusting as Bucky's. But when I saw the first couple times I grabbed the Bucky sandwich, it's all wrapped up.
Sorry to cut you off, but do you think that? Because they make your
No.
sub right there. You pick what goes on.
No. I don't think that. I'm just saying if somebody was to be like a Bucky's defender and be like, oh, what do you think? Wawa's using all organic fucking farm to table shit. I'm saying I'm not saying that, but no,
Yeah.
I do think that the quality is probably better than Bucky's. But yeah, that when I saw that fucking sticker, that ingredients, dude, I was like, oh my God, I can't even believe that's
I'm
legal.
gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at it after the show. It's gonna make me angry.
Random gas station plus Chick-fil-A is undefeated. Yeah, I think Chick-fil-A is kind of cooling off a little bit, unfortunately. You don't think so?
Nope. I think it will forever be the best fast food in America.
I would agree with that for sure. I still think it's the best fast food. So when we were waiting in the Charleston airport, we got Chick-fil-A, some nuggets to pick at, and then we were still hungrier. Like we weren't going to get up and go to a restaurant because it was just like you had to wait by the gate because it was, hey, we might be leaving at any minute. So we went and got Chick-fil-A, and then my wife got a Whopper again from Burger King. Dude, I'm telling you, and somebody mentioned this, Burger King is upping their game.
A lot of people are talking about it. Apparently, the comeback player of the year.
I can't believe this because I've just never been a big Burger King guy. I think the only thing I really liked at Burger King back in the day, like 20 years ago, was their chicken sandwich with fucking honey mustard on it. Like that was my thing there.
Yeah.
I cannot believe how much I like the Whopper. I think it's gotten so much better. Hold on. Degen needs a BK sponsorship. Yeah, no shit. Jeff loves to be different. No, I'm not hating on Chick-fil-A, but and I'm not disagreeing with steak. Chick-fil-A is still the best fast food. Their operation is beyond impressive as well for how efficient they are. I'm just saying that maybe it's just age and a little bit older. Like I used to get really excited to get Chick-fil-A, like when I was going to get it. The chicken sandwich, the fries, the nuggets, the sauces and everything. It's just not really hitting like it used to. And maybe it's a me thing, but I'm not hating on it.
Yeah.
I typed that too early, hand up. Thank you. T-Ryan's starting to come around a little bit. Behind the backboard.
Might
Might have to try it.
Accountability.
Yeah, might have to try it today right by my job and stay driving by this. Behind the backboard, which one are you referring to? Are you talking about Bucky's, Wawa, or Burger King?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same question.
BK CEO spoke at the conference I was in at Nashville. Apparently, they pumped in billions to revive it. No fucking shit, dude. I'm not kidding. I really think you can tell. I think you can tell. Anyways.
I'm also firm on the fact that fast food needs to have a drive-through.
What is there fast food that doesn't have a drive-through?
Like somebody in the chat is asking, is Five Guys fast food or
no
Shake Shack? It's
No.
tier above. If it doesn't have a drive-through, it's not fast food.
Yeah, good take. Good take. No, I don't agree with that. All right. by the way, first time chatter, Burger King breakfast is amazing. Those French toast sticks slamming. I will say this, the croissant, which has always been my favorite fast food breakfast item. Do you like any fast food breakfast items?
I mean, I think Chick-fil-A breakfast is like the best thing ever.
You're just a Chick-fil-A guy through and through.
I mean, Chick-fil-A breakfast, dude. They really nail it. They really nail it. Also, I like a Dunkin' Donuts bagel. The Dunkin' Donuts like bacon, egg, and cheese, sausage, egg, and cheese, something like that.
Dunkin' Donuts bagel.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Okay.
It's definitely better than you're expecting.
I used to have the when I first started working in New York, there was a Dunkin' and there was like a little, just like a coffee truck, and I would get the Dunkin' sandwiches, but I didn't get them on a bagel. I think I got them on a croissant. God, those things must have been so bad. I was drinking coffee like you, a large milk and sugar coffee with a sausage, egg, and cheese. I think it was a croissant or a roll, whatever they call it, a roll maybe. I probably started my day with like 2,000 calories, and I got very fat. Hard and Bet says, Whataburger breakfast goes hard. Can't go wrong with breakfast burger or honey butter chicken biscuit. Yeah. I like the chicken biscuits from Chick-fil-A and the hash browns. I like the hash browns too. I like a good classic McDonald's hash brown, just like the nice one like that.
I do too.
Anyways, all right, chat. Let's get into it. It's 10:18. It's Thursday. Steak is fresh off a nice 90. Did you say 90 or 92 sleep score?
90 sleep score, dude. I might be back. I was telling Goots when we got on here, I might be back.
I think you're back. It's exactly what you needed. The sleep when you get back from a travel day does not get you rested. You need that full 24 hours and that fresh, like sober sleep. That's exactly what I got when I had the 94. I showed you this. I couldn't believe it. I've never gotten 2 hours of REM since I've been tracking my sleep with the Aura. For example, last night I got a 77. I got like 40 minutes of REM, which I don't really understand. 2 hours is absolutely insane. But dumb question. What's a sleep score? It's no free ads, but it's on the Aura Ring. And Steak, have you seen this? Yeah, you've got a cooler one. I kind of wish I got gold. I don't know why I got silver. Have you seen people that make fun of the sleep scores on Twitter? There's definitely a big. What was your reaction? I didn't really see.
You know what you are if you make fun of people trying to track their health and their sleep, right?
No.
You're a hardo. You're an absolute hardo. People can't track their sleep and their health. Or too manly for that shit. You're a fucking hardo. Cool. You're so cool. You don't take care of yourself.
I get where they're coming from. It's like I don't need a watch or a ring to tell me I slept like shit. Like I wake up and I know I slept like shit. So really, the people that make fun of guys like us who track our sleep, I get where they're coming from. It is kind of upon us. The only way we can really kind of stick it to them is if we do something to improve our sleep. So that's what I've started to do. And none of it's rocket science. Don't have caffeine after, in the afternoon or past the afternoon. I was drinking like 5 o'clock fucking cappuccinos and shit. I've stopped that. Don't eat late and try to get off your phone. You know what I mean? Try to get off your phone, take magnesium, shit like that. But I like to just be able to see. So another new thing, Steak, that I've been trying to do and trying to get better at, and the lady that gave me my massage told me, my sleep position. How do you sleep? Do you sleep on your side, your stomach, or your back?
My side.
Dude, I sleep on my stomach. And I hold the pillow on my stomach.
T-shirt, no draws, butt out on your stomach.
Last night I did wear drawers. I wore a t-shirt and drawers last night. I'm not like it's sometimes the pants are on or off, but usually the t-shirt, and I'll sleep naked. But again, sometimes I just get too cold. But yeah, I like tackle my pillow, and that's why my back left right here is always fucked up. So she told me, she's like, you got to start sleeping on your back.
I can't fall asleep on my back. I'll just say that right now.
Okay. Have you tried? Like, have you really tried?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I have.
I have tried. I have a tough time doing it, but I'm going to try to get better at doing it. Just because you have a ring does not mean you are going to take care of yourself. I do agree, Steak. I would push back on this. It doesn't mean you're
going to take care of yourself. That's a little stupid. It's a tool. It's a tool used to help you take care of yourself. It tells you stuff you need to know, like you're not sleeping well or that your stress levels are too high. It's just a tool.
Right. But if you don't do anything about it, the people who make fun of you for wearing an Aura ring have a point.
When did I ever say that? Of course.
When did you ever say what?
something is useless if you don't do anything about it, regardless. It's kind of like a really obvious thing to say, right?
Yeah, I guess
The
you
ring,
guess I-
the ring used to take care of yourself is useless if you don't take care of yourself. Is that not kind of like saying the fucking sky is blue?
Yeah, I guess the point is a lot of people, this is what it is. This is what it is. People think they're taking care of themselves just because they're tracking without doing anything.
Yeah. That's
Does that
like
kind of make
saying
sense?
thinking about drinking water doesn't hydrate you unless you drink the water.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I'm trying to play devil's advocate, but I'm not really having a great time or doing a good job of doing it. So,
Yeah.
It's like buying a $700 driver and expecting it to make you hit straight. Yeah, the sky's blue unless you look at it. One thing I've noticed about going to these workout classes, the F45 classes, I would say 90 to 95% of the people that are in these classes are not in good shape. And myself included, obviously, but like if you're paying, $200, $300 for berries or F45, whatever the fuck it is, I think sometimes people just go to these workout classes, these high intensity ones. You burn 600-700 calories a couple times a week. And then you think, oh, I'm good. I'm off the hook. I can eat and drink whatever I want now.
I know your friend owns an F45, so I'm not talking shit about him. Just my wife used to be the manager of a very similar concept. People who are in good shape, hand up. I'm not, so I don't even know if I should be talking like this. But people that I know who are in good shape don't go to F45. They already have their routine. They're already taking care of themselves. I think F45 is for someone who says, damn, I'm kind of overweight. I need to get into shape. And then their first step is starting to go to a place.
Yeah.
Like so those are the people you see there.
Yeah, that's listen, I don't really think anybody, I don't necessarily think you need like a trainer. I don't know that you necessarily need a dietitian, but all these things are helpful. Like it's not rocket science. We talk about this all the time, but I've realized that sometimes working out on your own is boring and like the classes are fun. Like they that's kind of why I like to do it. Like the workouts are different. The shit I've never even thought about doing. Their equipment or weights I don't have access to. And I kind of like it goes by faster when there's like an instructor telling you what to do. You know what I mean? So like, I get it. But no, I think you're absolutely right. I just golf and smoke fuck it. I'll survive, right? Yeah, probably. Please watch interviews with Riley and Shiano. You would love it. Great, hilarious interviews on like 10-minute each. Okay. Is that Greg Shiano?
Gotta be.
And what Riley? Pat Riley? No. Got to be a college football Riley, right?
None are coming to me at the moment.
So let's get into that. That could be a good segue into
Lincoln Riley. Yeah, I just listened
Lincoln
to Riley on Cover 3.
I've got some thoughts about USC. I might want to go all in on USC this year. It's got to be boom or bust for Lincoln Riley.
Well, should we get right into it?
Yeah, let's get right into it. We haven't done Iowa, or we haven't done Penn State. I don't think we've done Iowa State yet, but I have seen some interviews with Josh Pate.
Iowa State's not Big Ten, so you don't have to worry about that.
Oh yeah, that's right. But the reason why I brought that up is because Matt Campbell is all over the place, at least on my feed. And you sent me something yesterday about Rocco Becht. And I said, look, you don't need to twist my arm to sell me on Rocco Becht. We're Rocco Becht guys. I like the look of Rocco Becht in any.
But what did I say?
You said he looked good in a Penn State uniform.
That boy looks good in that uniform. I'm just gonna say it right now. Rocco Becht is looking good.
He's going to be the best quarterback Penn State has had since Kerry Collins. I mean, right? Who's the better Penn State quarterback? Yeah, how about that one? Put that on your fucking David Green ass head, motherfucker. Who? Seriously, who's the best? This is a fun game. Think about how Christian Hackenberg, Trace McSorley,
obviously Drew Aller.
Yeah, obviously fucking Drew Aller. Get out of here, this loser. Fuck. You know. Oh, sports clown, stop it.
Yeah, well, we don't give a fuck about that.
Oh God,
we don't give a fuck.
Drew Aller was a 5-star. They didn't use him correctly. I would so push back on this, sports clown. No offense. You've been here a long time. You seem like a nice dude. They tried to get that 5-star out of him. They did. They were pass happy with fucking Katron Allen and Nick Singleton. Morons. Morons.
Peaked in high school.
God, dude. Sometimes 5 stars aren't 5 stars, brother. Sometimes 0 stars are 5 stars. Look at fucking Cam Ward. God, goodness gracious, golly, you got me talking like an SEC football coach. Dadgummit, that was such a shit take. That was the shittiest take I think I have seen all summer. all goddamn sir. You can fire me the fuck
We're
up.
going a little too crazy. We're going a little too crazy.
What's the worst take?
The worst take you've seen all summer?
And don't do the I hate when you ask me to fucking.
Yeah, I do hate when you ask for example.
Yeah, but if
I
you're
do
gonna
hate
say that, have something. You can't just say shit.
It has been a long summer, brother, and I'm sure there's been some really bad takes. In here.
Okay, you can't say it's not the worst take if you don't have anything to back it up.
I would rather you call me a Jewish slur than ask me for an example.
Okay, but Steak, you do this when you want to. You just backed up.
Oh, Jesus. Slow it down.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for Jesus coming through, and let's give a round of applause for our guy Goots.
Thank you, dude.
Goots not acknowledging Yandy Diaz as being an elite hitter in baseball, the sport he claims to know everything about. And speaking of, I think Yandy Diaz had a home run last night.
Dare to be different, chat.
Yeah, no, but you're good at backing up your takes with the Aura ring. You just did a good job backing up your take with Bucky's. You're a good take backer upper. You pump brakes and then you don't give any gas.
Yeah, well, thanks for the assist. Jesus lobbed it up.
Nice job. All right, dare to be different is why Wawa. That's why Wawa. I don't even understand what it's like. Gooch stands on business. Yeah, I guess he does.
Yeah,
all right,
let's stand on business.
but can we just before we start talking about the Big Ten, we were gonna be heavy Big Ten preview today. And then we're gonna do a picket show tonight. We'll tweet about it a little bit later, and we'll talk about baseball. I know there's some day games. We will get to that, but strap in for Big Ten previews because we're finishing the conference today. Are you a Matt Campbell guy?
Not necessarily. No, I would be being dishonest if I sat here and told you I was a Matt Campbell guy. I'm a Rocco Becht guy. And I am a Penn State guy this year for the simple fact that I think they have the talent and one of the easiest schedules in the Big Ten. And I kind of like that the hire wasn't such a big splash, that they have insane expectations year one, because there are some guys they were trying to get. For example, I know Lane Kiffin was never going to Penn State, but if Lane Kiffin went to Penn State, the expectations year one would be absolutely absurd. But with Matt Campbell and Rocco Becht, the expectations are kind of just chill. You got an 8.5 win total. I think everyone would be really happy with a 10-2 year. And I like Penn State this year. I can't help it.
Chinas in YouTube. I have missed some shows here and there. Have y'all done the SEC previews? No, we have not. I'm going to turn my gain up because I am busting out the old magazine. I like going to this main page and looking at the recruiting because it was something that I noticed when we talked about Georgia Tech and Brett Key, not to bring up our guy Crutch shit wager last year that you made me tail. This is why I don't tail bets. But there was something really fascinating here. 3 of the top 10 recruits in the ACC were going to Georgia Tech, and it made me think that this fucking Brett Key guy might be really building something. I like doing this for the conferences, so I'm going to do it with the Big Ten, and there's something that stood out here. Not necessarily the same, but we'll get into it and start previewing each team as we did yesterday. So, again, I know we bullshitted for 30 minutes. We got 155 on Twitch. I don't know how many on YouTube. If you want baseball, wait. We are finishing the Big Ten today, so bring your hard hat and your lunch pail. I think that's the kind of conference this is, right? This is our first conference that we are doing on the show and previewing. I'm not a Matt Campbell guy, but I'm not a Matt Campbell hater. And I saw Josh Pate put this clip on of this interview, and he said everything you need to know about Matt Campbell is in this clip. He did a really good job at Iowa State. I respected him. It just feels very similar to like what a guy like James Franklin did at a school like Vanderbilt. I'm not trying to make direct comparisons. I just don't know that Matt Campbell really gets me that fired up to take that next step and be that elite head coach. I could be wrong. And frankly, like, he seems like a nice guy, and I'm okay with that. He seems like a good guy. But you know what? Matt Campbell might need to be a little bit more of a bad guy. He might need to play a little dirtier to take that next step, because you know what Matt Campbell kind of makes me think, that old saying, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Matt Campbell doesn't really strike me as a guy that gets tough. And that's the problem. Especially in this conference at a big school, you're playing with Ohio State, Michigan. Well, why am I saying Michigan? They're irrelevant. I hope Pranav's listening. Oregon, Dan Lanning, dirty. I think Matt Campbell is going to have to roll up his sleeves. I think we're going to need to see a side of Matt Campbell we haven't seen before in Iowa State. That's just my opinion. Deej says bingo. Thank you, Deej. I thought that was pretty good off the dome this morning. That's what I said to myself. Thank you very much. So let's do some Big Ten transfer and recruiting talk real quick, Steak. I wanted to point out top 10 NFL talent according to this magazine. What school do you think has the most players with top 10 talent? There's two that are tied. Yep.
Oregon and Ohio State.
Oregon and Michigan.
Yeah.
Oregon has Dante Moore. They have Coy Parrish. And they have Amari Washington, defensive lineman. Michigan has John Henry Daly, who's a defensive lineman, senior. They also have Andrew Sprague, who's a guard, and Jair Hill, who's a cornerback. Indiana's up here with 2 offensive tackle and a wide receiver, Charlie Becker. We're familiar with Charlie Becker. Ohio State has Jeremiah Smith, obviously, but that's the only guy that they have. And then Minnesota has some guy named Anthony Smith, who's a defensive end, who I wasn't really familiar with. Top 10 incoming recruits. Here we are. Obviously, as you'd guess, Michigan, Ohio State, and Oregon are all over the place here. You know who has the number 1 guy? Maryland. A defensive end getting Zion Ely, which I thought was kind of interesting. USC has Mark Bowman. But I've been told that USC had one of the best recruiting classes in the country, but maybe it was last year.
On some sites, they have the number 1 recruiting class in the country.
That was kind of interesting to me. All right, let's start out of the gate. Why not with Penn State? How do you feel about that?
Feel great about it.
So yesterday we did Iowa, we did Indiana, we did Illinois, and we did Maryland. So we did 4 teams. We're going to start with Penn State. Penn State. I got the page open just so everybody can see. We're going to reference a couple things to talk about with the school. We're going to go over their schedule. Steak, you're going to go ahead and bring up the betting lines if you haven't already. 23rd ranked Penn State. All right. They are bringing back. Let's see, how many starters are they bringing back? We understand they have a whole new regime, so it's not going to be many. They've got 2 returning starters on offense, 2 on defense, but that doesn't really matter all that much, because they've got a whole new regime, as I just mentioned, with Matt Campbell coming in. And then he's bringing a bunch of guys from Iowa State. Rocco Becht, QB Rocco Becht, running back Carson Hansen, nice player. Ben Brahmer, who's the tight end. And then a couple of new faces on defense. Here's the overview. Penn State has starting experience at almost every position, but how the pieces fit together will determine a lot. This is a great year for the conference schedule to miss Ohio State, Indiana, and Oregon. The top newcomer is Carson Hansen, who led Iowa State in rushing the last 2 seasons. They got wide receiver Kobe Howard. He started last season as a true freshman Indiana? They snagged a wide receiver from Indiana. That's kind of interesting. And obviously our guy Rocco Becht, who were Rocco Becht guys. So here are the big questions. What impact will Campbell make in his first season? Obviously. How will 40 transfers blend with the returning players? What happens at quarterback if Rocco Becht gets injured? I mean, that's a question you can always ask for every team, so we're not going to focus too much time on that.
Does that say that in the magazine?
It does say that.
Very odd. You'd literally have to put that under every school then.
Yeah, I know. What unless they just literally have like nobody after that, if it's like the fucking punter is their 3rd string quarterback. What do you have for the betting lines for Penn State?
8.5. The over is -170. If you didn't know their schedule, you'd say, wow, that's a lot of Penn State respect. But then when I tell you the schedule, you're going to be like, holy shit.
Hold on. Snacks just brought up a pretty good question. Maybe this is why they brought it up. Becht has injury history, right? I don't know. Does he?
Yeah, I guess. I feel like he's played the majority of the last.
I mean, that could be a thing. That really could be a thing. I don't like to bet on futures based off injuries, but as somebody who's about to lose fucking $400 on Shea Langoliers because he tore his meniscus with 3 home runs needed, this is top of mind for me. Last year, he was so
he had
beat
surgery
up.
in the offseason.
Okay. All right. Okay, so talk to me about the schedule. Let's walk through and see what we think about Penn State. I'm gonna retweet the stream and let everybody know we're talking college football.
Perfect. They open up at home against Marshall in typical Penn State fashion. They will have 3 dog shit teams to start the year. I think they played Villanova and FIU last year, which was fucking laughable. They open up the season laughable every year. So September 5th at home against Marshall, that's a win. At Temple in Philadelphia, I'm sure that'll be a home game as well. That'll be 2-0. Then at home against Buffalo, that'll be 3-0. Then the Big Ten schedule starts for them. So they will be 3-0, and they will play at home against Wisconsin. I'm high on Wisconsin this year. I'm high on Colton Joseph, but they're going to win that game. They'll be 4-0. Then they'll go to Northwestern. They will win that game. They will be 5-0. Then they will be at home 5-0 against USC. They will lose that game. They will be 5-1. Then they go to Ann Arbor. They play Michigan. I'm a little torn on this one. I want to say, just for the sake of making a prediction, that they're going to go 1-1 in their road games at Michigan and at Washington. So let's call Michigan a win. They'll be 5-1. Then they're at home against Purdue. That'll be a win. They'll be 6-1. That's when they go to Washington. They'll be 6-2 after they lose to Washington. Then they're at home against Minnesota. Tough game. I like Minnesota a lot this year.
Wow.
I'm going to go ahead and give them a loss against Minnesota.
Okay.
We're going to lose one of those type of games to Minnesota, Wisconsin, whoever it is. So they'll be 6-3 after the Minnesota game. Then they're at home against Rutgers. They will win that game. Did I fuck this up? Or do they only have 11 games?
No,
sorry.
11 games.
They'll be 7-3 after the Minnesota game. Not 8-3 after the Rutgers game, and then their last game of the year at home against Maryland, they'll be 9-3. That's my prediction for Penn State this year. 9-3 or 10-2, but definitely not 8-4.
I can't get there with you. I just can't. I just can't. And I like Rocco Beck, but I just can't. I'm trying to think if there's a way I can bet on Rocco Beck without betting on Penn State. I guess the answer is just take him to win the Heisman, huh?
Yeah, which he's not doing. So Rocco Beck is not winning the Heisman, but I'll tell you the odds. Or do you want to guess the odds? I'm having to scroll a lot to find him.
Oh, God. It's going to be like 60-1?
Still haven't found him.
Oh, my God. I mean, he's not winning the Heisman.
I must have missed him on here somewhere. Where the fuck is Rocco Beck? I missed Rocco Beck. What the fuck?
Let me look at their schedule real quick and see when the bye week is. So it's a very cupcake schedule as you just walk through. That would be the only reason to bet the over is you're betting really on the schedule or against the schedule, however you want to frame it. USC at home, then at Michigan, and then a bye. So back-to-back pretty tough opponents. USC is coming in October, so it's not, super cold or snowing or anything like that. One thing to kind of keep in mind. At Washington, you travel to the West Coast, come back to 2 home games with Minnesota and Rutgers. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, everything really lines up pretty well with the schedule. So I have a tough time fading the 8.5. I don't know that I have the balls to do it, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it and I guess somewhat stand on business. I don't believe in Matt Campbell in year 1 at a big time program. Steak, what are they to win the Big Ten?
22-1, and Rocco Beck is 65-1 to win the Heisman. I will. That did work.
Thank you, Equity Rise. Very close guess, Degen. Thanks. I'll take it. Yeah, I'll sprinkle that. I'll probably put $20 on it. Just to have. I cannot have FOMO as a Rocco Beck guy if he is to win the Heisman and have a great season. And I don't have anything on it. So you are officially going to be on over 8.5 wins for Penn State. That's a bet for you.
Yeah, 100%. And to everybody in the chat who can't stop fucking talking about Chewy, go to the fucking Discord or something. We're talking football. I'm trying to lock in. I see fucking Chewy's name 7,000 times. You guys know I get easily distracted. I have ADHD, and you guys won't shut the fuck up about Chewy.
Hey, I got a question.
Go to the Discord. We're talking fucking ball.
Good job. I'm proud of you, but I got a question for you. Very proud of you, actually. Let's turn the chat off for one team.
Sure.
Let's do it. Turn the chat off. I just turned the chat off.
Okay.
You turn it off?
Yep, gone.
You promise?
Promise.
Okay. Let's talk. You want to do – did you turn it back on?
We should make it a good team if we're going to do this. It's not back on.
I was going to say we could do Minnesota or Northwestern.
Ooh, Northwestern. Let's talk Northwestern.
Let's do Northwestern. It looks like you're looking at a chat.
I have really strong – we're not going to do that. What's the point of me turning the chat off if you're just going to make accusations about me?
What's on the bottom right of your screen that you keep looking at?
A whole lot of nothing.
Okay.
I'm a looker, dude.
I'm on to you. I'm
not
just
on
saying,
there.
I'm on to you. All right, Northwestern, ranked 50th. They are, let's see, who is there? Oh my God. Chip Kelly's their offensive coordinator. That's right. You just tweeted about this. Coach David Braun, 19-19. I don't really know anything about this guy. I'll be honest. They are returning 4 starters on offense, 5 on defense. Steak. I know we usually play this trivia. You can't play a trivia with me because I don't know it, but you know who their quarterback is.
Aiden Childs,
And where did Aiden Childs play quarterback last year?
Michigan State.
That's right. And what do you think of Aiden Childs?
I think he's dog shit. And don't forget, he had 2 NFL level receivers last year. Nick Marsh, who is at Indiana, and another guy. I want to say, I'm probably wrong on the name. Omar something. He's on an NFL roster right now.
Okay, not Omar.
Let me tell you what you don't. No, that's the dude from Indiana. That went to the Jets. Let me tell you what you don't have at Northwestern. NFL level wide receivers. Aiden Childs is going to struggle. Chip Kelly is washed. Everyone saw my tweet, so they already know how I feel about this. I am going to fade the fuck out of Northwestern. They're not going over their win total.
Okay, the one thing to point out with their wide receivers, they are returning 2 of them. Griffin Wild, senior, 6'2", 200 pounds, and Hayden somebody, 6'4", 210, who's a junior. They are returning their running back, Kalen Komalafi, and they're only returning their center. One guy coming back on the offensive line. That is not good. That is not good.
After doing a little bit of research, there was an eligibility battle with one of their offensive linemen, and he won. So they're technically getting 2 offensive linemen back, but no, it's still not good. They're not returning any talent. They had a miraculous 7-win season last year that included a bowl win. I don't give a shit. I think you're insane if you get excited about the combination of Chip Kelly and Aiden Childs. And I'll go over the schedule too, and finding the wins will be really hard. It's going to end quickly for Northwestern. It's going to be an ugly year.
Top newcomer, QB Aiden Childs. Childs had a rocky 2 years at Michigan State, but his dual threat skills should be a much better fit for new offensive coordinator Chip Kelly. He brings a lot of experience as a starter, thrown for 4,100 yards, 27 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, like what you said yesterday with Kirk Ferentz and kind of the game passing guys by. There is nothing appealing about Chip Kelly to me as an offensive coordinator in college. Like,
tell me the last time Chip Kelly's done something meaningful as a football coach, and don't tell me it was when he was the OC of Ohio State, because I think that shit's so easy a fucking monkey could do it.
Yeah, I got absolutely nothing for you. I got nothing. I think Chip Kelly is long gone, but they do have a new stadium, so it should be a fun, I guess, hyped season for Northwestern. All right, and then last year too, it should be pointed out, they were 7-6. They went 4-5 in the Big Ten. What you want to walk through this schedule? What's their win total?
Their win total is 5.5. Let me double check, make sure nothing's changed since I did this yesterday. The over is -108. Yep, 5.5 wins.
Oh my God. Do they not have a bye week? Wait,
so,
what?
Schedule? Yeah, they have a bye week.
Yeah.
It's
bye week is week 2. What?
They're going to get a bye week, and then they're going to lose to Colorado, and I'm serious.
What's their win total? 5.5?
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah, I am ready.
San Diego State at home September 5th. They will be 1-0. Then they will get
South Dakota State, not San Diego State.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Sorry. So, South Dakota State. 1-0, and then they will get their very hard-earned bye week after being 1-0 against South Dakota State. Then they will play at home against Colorado. I think they're going to lose that game. No idea what the spread's going to be. I will take Colorado. They will be 1-1. Then they will go to Indiana, where they will get absolutely boat raced. It'll be just awful. Then they'll go back home to play Penn State. They will lose. Maybe not get boat raced, but they will lose. Then they'll go home to play Ball State. So they will be 2-3.
4 home games in the first 5, by the way. That is favoring any team and a bye week. So I'm just saying the first month for Northwestern is about as easy in terms of home bye as you can imagine. However, you're right. At Indiana and Penn State, back-to-back weeks is brutal.
2-3, and then they go to at Michigan State. So I believe this is a Aiden Childs revenge game and a Fitzgerald revenge game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I'll just say they split these 2 games here with Michigan State or Rutgers. I'll say they lose to Michigan State to be 2-4, then they beat Rutgers to go 3-4. Then this is going to get really, really fun. They will be 3-4. They will go at Oregon, 3-5, at home against Iowa. I don't love Iowa, but they will lose this game, 3-6. Then they will go at Ohio State. They will obviously lose that game. They will be 3-7. Then they will be at Minnesota. Minnesota will be very good this year. Northwestern is not beating Minnesota in Minnesota. They will be 3-8, and then they will be at home against Illinois, where they will fall to 3-9. Northwestern will win 3 football games this year.
That end of the schedule is just really tough.
The beginning ain't that easy either, man.
No, it's not. But again, all I'm talking about is you at least get 4 home games and a bye week. But what that does is that sets you up, because then you don't have a week to rest and you travel 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks in a 6-week span. One of them is going all the way to Oregon. Ohio State and Minnesota is not that far. The rest are Big Ten opponents, but
I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying.
Northwestern is going to have a tough season. I'm absolutely with you. And I favor Pat Fitzgerald in that revenge week.
Yeah. I do too.
3-9.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think 5-7.
Can fucking South Dakota State beat them?
Nah, I'll say no.
Okay. Why do we have a comment in the private chat? I forgot to. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Yes. Please do. And we'll do that. We'll do that in after the piss break, Goots. Please remind us, Steak. We're make sure we let everybody know about Pick It at the Park if we haven't done a good enough job.
We have not done a good enough job. Can't confirm.
Northwestern definitely. All right. I turned the chat back on. How about you? Pretending to turn the chat back. I'm just kidding.
I had the chat on that whole time and didn't get distracted once. You would have to give me my flowers anyways. Hey, chat. Miss you guys.
South Dakota State is normally a very good FCS team. Dude, I'm not. Can anybody give me a spread on that? Give me a spread on that.
Throw a party. Yeah, spread would be awesome. Someone give me a spread.
All right, let's talk Minnesota.
Can't wait.
Minnesota. My favorite win total under all season. Flying to Nashville tomorrow so I can finally play it. Hilarious.
Deej's favorite win total is Northwestern under?
I guess.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah. All right. Minnesota ranked 33rd in the country. Big Ten record last year, 5-4, 8-5 overall. This is it still, what's his fucking face? PJ Fleck.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm not really a PJ Fleck guy. And as I told you, I'm not the biggest Matt Campbell guy, but I like Matt Campbell more than Fleck. I would take Matt Campbell for sure over him. His record 66-44, 9 years at Minnesota. Let's see here. Last time they didn't go bowl. 6 offensive starters are back, 4 defensive starters are back. And Steak, it looks like players to watch. They have a sophomore quarterback coming back, so maybe there's some excitement. You know who this guy is?
Yeah, he's good. Very good. I think he's one of their better quarterbacks in a while, unless I'm missing someone.
Drake Lindsay, 6'5", 230 pounds. Also in the backfield, Darius Taylor.
Yep, baller.
Senior, 6 foot 215. Wide receiver Jalen Smith is back, 6'1", 195 sophomore. And they got 3 starters coming back on the offensive line. All things considered, those are good things that you want to see. Drake has really improved in the command of the offense, the mastery of the offense, making other people around him better, PJ Fleck said on Drake Lindsay. Top newcomer, TJ Bush is coming over from Liberty, a defensive end. Okay, that's great. Let's read this overview real quick. It's kind of long. Strap in. Minnesota has stacked 2 straight 8-5 seasons and will be expected to turn out another top half of the Big Ten season this fall. A more experienced quarterback with veteran weapons around him should help, but the running game will need to find reliability. The defense has playmaking leaders at all 3 levels and the same coordinator for the first time since 2023. That should help them reach a higher gear if the interior defensive line keeps the standard. Minnesota has an early SEC test against Mississippi State and a trip to Washington in September. Plus, for a 3rd straight year, the Gophers play the reigning national champ with a trip to Indiana. Good God. All right, what are the betting lines? And let's go through the schedule.
Well, it's 6.5, which I think is alarming. Over is minus 125. Me and you have kind of aligned all these years on not being PJ Fleck guys, and I just want to put my hand up and say I think we're losing the battle against PJ Fleck. And it's not because they've been amazing, but they've been solid, and PJ Fleck has created culture at Minnesota. And there's a lot of teams in the Big Ten, in my opinion. I could probably reel off like 6 real quick that have absolutely no fucking college football culture. So I have a lot of respect for PJ Fleck, and I'm going to back him this year. The reason the total is 6.5 is because the schedule is absolutely fucking brutal.
Let's walk through it.
Also, the big get the what the chat's mentioning is Coy Parrish is the dude who went to Oregon. He's a stud. He was on Minnesota.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He was on Minnesota. Oof. Okay. All right. Let's go through this schedule.
Yeah. You want me to do it?
I'll do it.
Yeah,
We'll rotate. We'll alternate.
Yeah.
All right. At home for 3 weeks to start, which is great. Eastern Illinois, Mississippi State week 2, as we mentioned, that first SEC test. So you get a tune-up game, then Akron, then you go to Washington. So the schedule gets real right out of the gate, essentially.
Correct.
SEC opponent, go ahead.
An SEC opponent that improved a lot last year and has a 5-star quarterback this year. So they have some hype.
And then you immediately go to Washington. No weeks off. That's going to be tough. You come back home for Michigan. So, Steak, through that stretch right there with Mississippi State, Akron, at Washington, Michigan, we'll give them Eastern Illinois. You want to give them Akron?
Of course. If you're not giving them Akron, just take the season win total under and call it a day.
So, you want to give them Mississippi State?
Well, I want to give them Purdue, and then I want to ask you this. They're going to be 3-0 in the Eastern Illinois, Akron, Purdue games, right? What, in your opinion, will they be at Washington, at home against Michigan, and at home against Mississippi State? I want to say they'll be 1-2 in those
Sure.
games.
I'll give them that. So
4-2, yep.
Okay. Iowa at home after a bye week. That lines up perfectly. And even though I always say this, I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't love betting on college teams after their bye week. But right smack in the middle of the season, after you've had 2 road games and some pretty big opponents, I think that's a good thing. So I think that this helps Minnesota. Iowa, at Indiana, UCLA, at Penn State. Oof, God. I mean, 2-2 there is a massive success.
They will go 2-2 here. They will beat it's tough. That's a tough stretch, but they will go 2-2. They'll win 2 out of the 3 against Iowa, UCLA, and Penn State. I think if I had to guess, I'd say they beat Iowa and UCLA. They lose to Indiana, obviously, and they lose at Penn State.
Iowa or UCLA is winning that game. They're not beating Indiana. I think you're giving Penn State a little too much credit. I think Minnesota can win that game.
Okay, well, so you got the 2-2. You just didn't get there the same way.
Yeah. So 2-2 there is a success. So that gives you 6-4.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Northwestern at home. That should be 7-4, and then at Wisconsin. So you're saying Minnesota could be 8-4.
But I'm saying they'll be 7-5 because if I'm giving them wins against Iowa, UCLA, I would have to probably say they'll lose to Wisconsin. So 7-5 is my season prediction for Minnesota. I can't give them all 3 of those wins.
Yeah. I can't get there with you on this one either. What's the juice on the over 6.5?
I think the ceiling is really high for this team.
You like Drake Lindsey?
Yeah, I like Drake Lindsey. I like Darius Taylor if he stays healthy. I like I said, the culture PJ Fleck has created. I do like Minnesota a lot. The juice is -126 for the over 6.5 wins. Schedule is brutal.
I gotta get eyes on Drake Lindsey. Hold on. This will be a guy. This will be a guy that I need to get some tape on. 20 years old, returns as the starter. I mean, yeah, he looks like a quarterback. Looks a little douchey, but looks kind of tougher with the shaved head. I kind of like it. Yeah, he looks like he can play. I need to see some footage. All right. I'm gonna if I don't like what I see from Drake Lindsey on tape, I will put my money down against Minnesota on the under 6.5. I think that schedule is really, really tough, and I'm not into PJ Fleck. I will not, absolutely not be fading Matt Campbell in Ohio State, though. I do at least want to make that perfectly clear. All right.
Okay, cool. Perfect time to talk about Pickett at the Park.
Yeah.
Pickett at the Park, new sponsor. Obviously, Pickett's a sponsor. Tick Pick. They pinned the link in the chat. You can buy your ticket, section 234 at Yankee Stadium. I went for the first time last year. It starts at Billy's in the Bronx. It's fucking really fun. It was a really good time. Me and Jeff Sunday closed it down, actually. I think we were the last 2 people at the bar after the game, right?
That's right. We went to Stan's, the other bar at
Stan's.
Yankee Stadium.
Yeah. I have a good picture of you laying down laying down on the floor for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why I was laying down. You said, hey, I'm going to take a picture and send it to everyone to let them know that you're not asleep yet. And I was like, maybe because I thought about sleeping, I was like, I'm going to lay down, but instead of laying down and sleeping, I'm going to grab my nuts and hold my Budweiser and be like on your head. I wasn't on your heading at that time.
No, you weren't on our heading. That's true. But yeah, it was a great time. It was the first time I ever met Krabs and Jovan and found out that they're both super tall, which annoyed the fuck out of me. It was a very, very good time. Anybody open to the public, anyone could join. Link up there, pick at the park. Good fucking time.
Yeah, and I will say I hate the Yankees. I don't even really like Yankee Stadium, but I don't know if it's the same section, but that area where we could all hang out was very fun. Also, don't forget, live wagered in that game, the over, which was very fun. I think Trent Grisham hit a game tying home run, and then we went to extras. I think the Yankees ended up winning, maybe. But regardless, even though I don't like the Yankees, the pregame at Billy's is very fun. So we tweeted about it yesterday, and we hope to see you guys there.
Also met Hefe there. Hefe Hammers gave me a winning UFC parlay. Can't forget that. And tried the chicken tender bucket, which I'm not a Yankee Stadium guy. I don't think they have that much unique stuff, but very good chicken tenders.
Yeah. No, I'm not really a grab your nuts guy, Jay Thorpe. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, Hefe, another big dude. Everybody in the space is just giants. Everybody's over 6 feet. I gotta step up. That's why I gotta do fucking 185 16 times for being 5'8". You know, everybody's got 5
That was impressive, by the way. I was proud of you.
Thank you. Oh yeah, were you in Scotland when I did that?
I was, yeah. Also, I think Hefe, if I'm not mistaken, played offensive line in an Ivy League school.
Ivy League?
I think so, dude. I think I might. It'd be really funny if I'm making that up. But man, I thought he did.
Did you use the graphic or did I miss it?
What?
I don't have a graphic. Boom. Pick it at the park.
I didn't get this made for nothing.
Stadium. Boom. It's a good looking graphic. There's a hot
put
dog.
Jeff Sunday peeing on there because he's going to be peeing a lot.
Yeah.
Also, I remember seeing Rav, and he walked right by us and he didn't say hi. Do you remember that?
Not really. I think I remember you saying that, but yeah, that was also the first place I met Trent.
Yeah, I thought, no, it's not Cap. It's not Cap because I remember thinking, I was like, I like this Rav kid. He was kind of new. He was just coming in, little fucking baby face. You know, he's in there. He doesn't even look like he's old enough to drink. And I was like, oh, you know.
He was, dude. Was he old enough to drink there?
Well, I'm not trying to narc on anybody, but yeah, I was like, oh, maybe
bought him drinks, dude.
Yeah, I almost did that to Jovan the very first time I met him at the Trop. I was like, I met him in between innings. I was like in line for a beer. I was like, you want something to drink? And thankfully he didn't try to what's the term, complicit or whatever. He didn't say yes. He wasn't even fucking 21. But yeah, won't be there. I will. I don't know what you're saying. Book It Sports there. Immediately acquainted with the urinal. Yeah. Anyway, Sunday groomed him like Diddy. Oh God, I've got a fat smooch coming for Jeff Sunday. Oh God, here comes Kissy Kissy.
I was saying I won't be at Pick at the Park.
Oh, you won't be at Pick at the Park, you fucking bitch.
Nope.
We're just never gonna hang out. We're just never gonna hang out. I'm starting to think you don't like us.
Unfortunately, it's just entirely untrue. It's just how
I think he likes us.
I don't know. Fucking Baltimore. He's got to go to fucking San Diego.
You're the first people I talk to every single day. You think I don't like you?
I'm joking. I wish you were going to be there, though.
Me too.
Yeah. Wish you're going to be there. What was I going to say? There's one more thing I wanted to point out at Pick It at the Park.
Who do they play? I think it's the Braves.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Probably shouldn't say this. I got fucking hammered last year. Like I got home.
We got wasted.
Dude, I almost had the spins.
Yeah.
I haven't had the spins. I don't get the spins very often. I had my foot on the fucking floor. I ordered Chinese food. And, what I was going to say is if we're going to do the airport review with Rav on Sunday, I can't get that fucked up.
Oh, I want to talk about that, but 1 second. Picks with Deej, 5 subs. W Deej. Anybody who doesn't follow Deej, I think you should. He's a very, very sharp kid. And we're both on Northwestern Underwinds, which is going to cash. And W Deej. Yes. Drinking at the airport with Rav. We are going to be reviewing airport bars. I'm genuinely excited about that.
Yeah, this should be a good time. I'm buying Jeff a B low job when I see him at Billy's. I don't get that joke. A blowjob shot. I don't even know what that is. Buy me a blowjob. hold on. Wait, there was one more thing I wanted to talk about here. Hold on. Where was it? Oh, I'm looking at the names of the people that got subs, by the way. Panday, KP Bets, Prime Bets just got a sub. Just curious. Not that I'm trying to revive the freaking ghost of Prime Bets, but what happened to Prime Bets?
Absolutely no idea.
Okay.
No idea what happened to Prime Bets. But Aloha Bets, a much better bets, gave us 5 subs. Let's talk about the bets that matter. Aloha Bets, 5 subs. There's some names on there I don't recognize, but one I do. LMNG. Guess you weren't subbed up. Now you are. Lucky LMNG. W fucking Aloha Bets. Another great member of the community.
Yeah, big W's there. Also, I wasn't necessarily shitting on entirely on Prime Bets. I thought he was an entertaining character, but I was just curious if he just stopped gambling. If he just stopped.
I don't think he stopped gambling, dude.
Oh, okay. But by far the biggest switch up I've ever seen in my entire life was this guy being a diehard Oklahoma Sooners fan and then going to Oklahoma State. Like that's some crazy shit. I'm not here to say that you can't wear, a Georgia hat if you're a Notre Dame fan, but you can't go to Oklahoma State if you're a diehard Oklahoma fan. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
So, anyways, let's take a piss break in a second. Let's do one more team.
Sure.
Got a lot to get to. Boy, we got a lot to get to. Let's do a big one. Let's do a big one. How you feel about that?
Yeah, let's do a big one.
Is this right? Oregon is ranked number 1.
Yeah, they should be. I can't read that though. Oregon should probably be ranked number 1. They have boatloads of talent. We just talked about getting one of the best defensive players in the country from Minnesota. They're returning a quarterback who literally would have been the number 2 overall pick. It wouldn't be surprising at all if Oregon was number 1 in the country.
3 big questions. Can the Oregon Ducks break through in the postseason? Will the turnover at both coordinators proceed smoothly? That concerns me. Is Dante Moore ready for the big stage? But I guess I would say this. I mean, losing coordinators.
That's a dumb question, I think.
What?
Is Dante Moore ready for the big stage? What do you want from him? He's going to, what are they asking?
Is he capable of playing at a high level on the big stage?
In the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, how did he do last year when he got to the playoffs? He didn't do very well, did he?
It's a good question.
Didn't they win
a playoff game?
Yeah. A really impressive against James fucking Madison, dude.
Oh, I'm an idiot. They didn't beat Texas Tech? Did Oregon not beat Texas Tech?
I think they scored like 10 points.
Dante Moore won 2 playoff games last year.
I don't think Dante Moore did anything in that Texas Tech game.
Really? Interesting.
You don't remember this.
Way to phrase a guy who literally won 2 playoff games and then decided to come back when he would be the number 2 overall pick in the draft because he didn't want to go to. And Cignetti made everyone look bad.
All right. Oregon beat Texas Tech 23-0. Dante Moore wasn't awful, I guess. 26 of 33, 230 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, 62 QBR. My God, Baron Morton was 18 of 32. That's right. I remember this game. We were watching it together. Yeah, they were doing nothing. Yeah, listen, I put a tweet out there. Dante Moore in Oregon was one of those guys. They were one of those teams where I got eyes on. I watched Dante Moore, and I just didn't love what I saw. He didn't really pass that test for me. I faded Oregon, and I lost. I took under 10.5 wins. Unfortunately, they came back and beat fucking Iowa. They came back and beat Penn State. It felt like it wasn't a horrible wager, but it wasn't a good wager. Oregon was a good team. I'm not necessarily all the way in on Dante Moore, but I do like a guy like this who has experienced adversity, experienced losing, and has just overall experience in general. And yeah, I know he's losing his offensive coordinator, but I don't know that I care all that much because he's got his same head coach. And I'm not the biggest Dan Lanning guy. And you and I have kind of chirped him a little bit, you more so, about talking about like he's coaches for clicks. I'm sort of with you, but also at the same time, like I do think Oregon is capable and Dan Lanning is capable of winning a championship. So I could be sold on Oregon. It's boom or bust, though. It really is. It's boom or fucking bust. And here is the problem. The problem is this. I can't go all the way in on Oregon because I prefer Signetti to Lanning and I prefer Josh Hoover to Dante Moore. And when push comes to shove, Dan Lanning, when he still gets in there, talking about is Dante Moore ready for the biggest stage? How about Lanning? They got fucking smoked by Ohio State in the rematch. And then, yeah, they beat Texas Tech. Good. Texas Tech is a good team. I'll give them credit for that win. It's an ugly win. But they got embarrassed by Indiana. It just can't keep happening, dude. It can't keep happening. So I don't know what I'm going to do with Oregon yet. I really don't. But let's at least just talk about this, and then you can give your spiel on how you feel about Oregon. 6 offensive starters, 8 defensive starters back. That's great. That's huge. 14 out of 22. And you have to imagine they got good transfers. We already talked about Coy Parrish. Top newcomer. Guess who it is? Coy Parrish. Emerging star, DeCorian Moore. Guy's awesome.
Yep. Freak.
Most valuable player, obviously, is Dante Moore. Is there I love their running backs last year. I don't think they're still there. Jordan Davison is the running back now. They've got 2 wide receivers coming back. Jamari Johnson's the tight end filling in for Kenyon Sadiq. They bring back their center and their right guard. Their entire defensive front is back. Wow. You don't see that very often. Wow. Okay. That's very impressive. I am impressed if you can't already tell. The running back that's coming in, this Davison guy, 113 carries, 67 yards, 15 touchdowns. Wow. Got a nose for the end zone. That's what they say in football. Nose for the end zone. All right, Steak. What are here's the overview. Arguably the most talented roster the school has fielded, the most talented in the country. Those who spurned the NFL for a year have cited unfinished business. Everyone in Eugene understands what that means. So what are the betting lines? And then let's go through the schedule.
The over-under for them is 10.5. Over is plus 112. They are, let's see what they are to win the Big Ten. They are plus 270 to win the Big Ten. Second to only Ohio State, who's plus 175.
Yeah, KP Betts said it. Oregon is a regular season team. Jay Drager, like Hoover that much? I do. I like Hoover that much. Yeah. That D-line's unfair. DeCorian Moore is a dog. Only games Oregon could lose are USC and Ohio State. Oregon's defense is going to be clamps. All right, well, first and foremost, do you want to give your thoughts on Oregon before or after we do the schedule?
I want to give my thoughts right now. And first, I want to clarify how I feel about Dan Lanning. I think Dan Lanning is awesome. He's an awesome football coach, and he's probably very high on the list. I think a kid would want to play for in college football.
Good point.
He was getting a lot of attention for being the anti-hype guy, the anti-click guy. He had the great speech about Colorado when Dion and Shadur were there. They played for clicks, and he got so much attention from that I feel like it sort of changed the way Dan Lanning was in the locker room and in interviews, where he was so into being the non-click guy that it made him sort of become clickbaity with his interviews and his locker room speeches. And that's where I think he fell off a little bit. I don't think he's fallen off completely. I just think there's a lot of pressure on him because this is the most talented roster in the country. It is. This is an insane college football team. There's very little weakness whatsoever. And returning Dante Moore when he should have been the number 2 overall pick is insane because this team was looking at having Dylan Raiola be the starting quarterback. So this is the just number 1 put up or shut up spot that we've seen in college football in a while, in my opinion. I think Texas is looking at something like that too, but we're not talking SEC football. Oregon has to put up or shut up. I think they're going to. KP Betts brings up a good point. Oregon is a regular season team. I'm going to bet Oregon in the regular season. I'm going to take them over 10.5 wins, and that is because I think they're going to go undefeated. I think Oregon is going to go 12-0. I think they are going to go to Ohio State and beat them, and I think they're going to win the USC game. And I think a lot of the games on the schedule will not be close. So I will take Oregon over 10.5 wins at a plus price. If there's something I can sprinkle for them to run the table and go 12-0 somewhere, I would take that as well.
What are they to win the championship right now?
Good question. Plus 800, which just isn't enough for me to want to do right now.
So when they get to the playoff, how much lower can that number get? 5-1?
Dude, that's exactly what I'm saying. 100% on the same page. I'll just wait. I'm not going to bet plus 800 to begin the year. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Because you got to go 12 games worrying about injury. Yeah. Might as well just wait.
Yeah.
Okay. We can fly through their schedule here.
Yeah,
Boise State at home, at Oklahoma State. Wow, they got to go on the road early.
Games. Those are not slouch games, by the way, but they're winning both.
No.
Thank you.
Portland State at USC, UCLA at home, Nebraska at home, at Illinois, Northwestern at home, at Ohio State, Michigan at home, at Michigan State, Washington at home. Where
I know means schedule, to be clear. It's actually a pretty tough schedule.
Yeah, it is. I'm just gonna sit and wait. I'm gonna sit and wait. If Oregon's healthy in the playoff, I'll probably take them to win it all, but otherwise I have no interest. All right. What about Ohio State? Let's talk about Ohio State.
We got to do it. I guess we got to do it.
Ohio State is the third-ranked team in the country. They went undefeated in the regular season. They lost to Indiana in the Big Ten championship game, and they lost to Miami in the quarterfinal. Julian Sain, another guy I watched. I thought he looks like a baby face, a pretty boy, but he throws a nice football. He really does. He's got a nice touch. You got Bo Jackson, sophomore running back, Jeremiah Smith, wide receiver Brandon Innis is a senior returning. They have 4 of 5 starters on the offensive line coming back. That is huge. But on defense, missing a lot of pieces. They got 3 starters coming back in total on defense. We know they're missing Sonny Styles is gone, Caleb Downs is gone, Arvell Reese is gone. Those are huge. Those are massive losses. So I think for what the defense might take a step back, but the offense should take a giant step forward. This is an offense that should be putting up fucking 45 points a game. If you really think about it, why not?
I don't know if Julian Sain's that guy, bro.
You don't?
I don't know if he's that guy.
Okay. Last year in scoring, they had the 21st ranked offense in scoring, 21st ranked in passing, 26 overall. But this is the thing with Ohio State. You ready for their defensive ranks? 1st in scoring, 1st in passing, 7th in rushing, 1st overall in the country. Yeah, I can't do it. I'm out on Ohio State. Missing too many big pieces. I'm out.
The most terrifying school in the all of college football to fade. Like, I am genuinely scared to fade Ohio State, but my brain is telling me to fade Ohio State. 9.5 is the win total. The under is juice. The schedule is brutal. I see what DC Bets is saying, but I actually think this is the team that could lose to USC. I think they'll lose to USC at USC way more likely than Oregon does. And I don't think they're beating Indiana at Indiana. I know a lot of people have that. A lot of Ohio State fans have that marked on their schedule. I think Indiana's winning that game. And I obviously already said it in the last one. Oregon is going to beat Ohio State. So there's your 3 losses. I think Ohio State is going 9-3. I'm not a saying guy. I lost too many pieces. I'm not a guy that respects Ryan Day so much that I can't take this under win total. Like, don't get me wrong. They won the national championship. He's definitely revived his career. He was on the way out probably if he didn't do that. All those losses to Michigan. He's on a nice comeback trajectory, but I don't respect Ryan Day that much that I can't take the under win total here. So that's what I'll do.
So speaking of that schedule, Ball State and then revenge game on the road against Texas. Remember that game? They won 14-7. Arch Manning looked terrible. They're going to get a much better Texas team. Kent State at home, Illinois at home. I don't think Illinois is going to be a pushover. At Iowa, Maryland at home, at Indiana, and then a bye week.
Yep.
Pretty important bye week because at Indiana, then at USC would be very, very tough back-to-back road games. But after they go to USC, they come right back home to play Oregon. Then Northwestern at Nebraska should be easy. It still kind of sucks to take a trip to Nebraska before you come home and play Michigan for your season finale.
Yep.
So
I don't think they're in for a good year.
The losses are going to be at Texas, at Indiana, Oregon at home.
Yeah, I'm going to say they're going to lose to Texas or USC.
Okay. I like that. I'll be on Texas in that game probably. I wonder what the spread's going to be. Texas going to be favored. -3. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think Ohio State was -3 when they first played. All right. Those are some of the top dogs. We do have USC and Michigan, Washington. Let's see. We got to do Nebraska. We got Wisconsin, UCLA, and then that just about wraps it up other than Rutgers and Purdue. So I think we're making pretty good time. I'm going to take a quick piss. When we come back, let's just stick with the top dogs. We'll start with USC and Michigan and then work our way back.
Yep.
All right. Quick piss break, everybody. It's 11:17. Thanks for tuning in as always. I'll be right back. We'll be right back after these words. Where's the fucking piss break thing? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. We'll be right back.
No flights. Back first chat like usual. Like usual.
Think it's a big day.
Tell me about it. Oh, happy birthday, Baltimore.
Yeah, it's Baltimore's 297th birthday.
Absolutely huge. What are you
Everyone's
doing to
fan
celebrate?
W's in chat for Baltimore.
Happy birthday, Baltimore. What are you doing to celebrate, Goots?
I'm wearing a full O's kit, and then I'll be in the city tomorrow.
Need to get you enough money to have a second home there.
Yeah.
Condo, you know?
Well, I do technically, but
Rest.
Check. Had to finish my hard-boiled eggs. Also, I was just getting caught up on the golf tournament, and I have John Kiefer FOMO. I'll tell you that. I have John fucking Kiefer FOMO. And Siwu, I don't know what happened to fucking Siwu. Siwu was 3 under. Now he's like even. Not great. All right.
Wish Baltimore a happy birthday.
What did you just say?
Do you want to wish Baltimore? Do you want to wish
no,
Baltimore?
you're
a happy
lagging
birthday?
bad. Is Steak lagging or am
What?
I lagging?
Jeff, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Is
He's
Steak
good with
lagging?
me.
Damn it.
It's you.
I think he's
All right, I'll
back
come
now.
out. Jeff, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good now. It's power
Okay,
through.
cool.
What did you say?
Do you want to wish Baltimore a happy birthday?
297th birthday, Jeff.
The city of Baltimore?
Yep.
Correct.
Do I want to wish the city of Baltimore a happy birthday?
Yes.
Correct.
No, I don't. I don't
Dude,
want to wish city of Baltimore a happy
Liked
birthday.
it.
Yeah, I did. I liked it.
So wish
But
happy birthday.
during baseball season, no. How about that? All right. I'll stand on a little bit of business. Okay. I'm not going to buy a Baltimore Orioles hat, which was sick. But no, and the Rays play at fucking noon. That would be disgusting behavior. Okay.
The only
Sorry.
issue is their birthday is July 30th, which will always be during baseball season. So that means you will never get to wish the city of Baltimore a happy birthday, and I don't think a happy belated would suffice. So I think you should just wish happy birthday.
No, how about this? I'll make you a deal. I'll make you a deal. Gooch, you'll remember this. If the Rays aren't in playoff contention, like they're really, really bad, and it's July 30th, I'll wish the Baltimore Orioles a happy birthday.
Next year?
If that happens next year, I mean, the chances of it happening are really, really slim.
Because currently the Rays are in playoff contention, so that would have to be next year.
It would have to be next year.
Or hear me out. The Rays will be in playoff contention next year and the year after that and the year after that and the year after that. So I might just not wish Baltimore happy birthday.
You have shit for brains, but that's fine, Jeff. You can just move on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Baltimore.
Thanks, Degen.
You're such a bitch. Happy birthday, Baltimore. You said it like, oh, I'm such a fucking happy birthday, Baltimore guy. Bring him a cake. Bring him a cake and a candle.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I like the city. I like the city. That's enough. That's all you'll get out of me. I like Camden. I like the city. No happy birthday.
Cool. Next team.
The USC Trojans. All right, I have some thoughts on the USC Trojans, and I want to start with this. Okay, everybody lock back in. We're done playing fucking silly goose Baltimore birthday bullshit. Lincoln Riley. Okay. I don't know what I think of this guy.
Yeah.
Well, you about to laugh.
No, I'm not. Keep
okay.
going. Don't get distracted.
But I know this. When he went to USC, Steak, I think this is when we just started the Degenerate, and you and I both collabed on this. We were like much more hardcore contrarian then than we are now. But if you remember, if anybody was following us back in the day, Rude Bets with a Party 83, appreciate you guys. Good morning. We are previewing Big Ten football. If you're not into that, we totally understand. Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the Rude Bets stream. But if you are, stick around. Go ahead.
Drop the parlay before you leave. If you're from Rude Bets and you're about to leave because we're talking college football, drop the parlay first, please. Thank you very much.
I got a guy who I've seen, former Rays legend. Goots might know him if he knows a thing about baseball. Kyle Manzardo, lefty. I forget. We traded him for Aaron Savale. Fucking loser. But he hit a home run yesterday. I was watching, and he, I believe, has hit a home run in like 3 of his last 4 games or something like that.
Hot dude.
All right, let's go back to Lincoln Riley, Steak. So I'm walking you down memory lane. Lincoln goes from Oklahoma to USC. Caleb Williams goes from Oklahoma to USC. And what did you and I say? I'll answer that for you. You and I bought in on the USC Trojans. We did. I think you may have made them your biggest wager. I went a step further. I think I took their over win total. I think I took them to make I don't know if there was a playoff at the time, actually.
You're forgetting something major, too, that we took.
You took Caleb Heisman.
Yeah.
I did not take that. You took that because I had never won a Heisman Trophy bet until Jaden Daniels. You took Caleb Williams to win the Heisman. That was one of the few times we said we're going to square the fuck up because it just felt like Lincoln Riley would be a good fit. The offense would be a good fit. However, unfortunately, it kind of seems like he was a Caleb Williams merchant. I think, God, who did they get? He got somebody big from the transfer portal from Pittsburgh. Jordan Addison. God, W ball knowledge. Jordan Addison, he brought him over, was a wide receiver for Caleb Williams, but the offense has not really been a problem. It's the defense that has been a problem.
Correct.
I have to think for some of these guys, some of these teams, these coaches, these players, more so the coaches and the players, you really have to put up or shut up. And I know he's found success in the past with Caleb Williams, and nobody really credits Lincoln Riley to that. Lincoln Riley, in my opinion now, is kind of under a magnifying glass of like, hey, buddy, what's going on here? You paid him a fuck ton of money. You've got a good recruiting class. I was listening to an interview with him on Cover 3. He was saying that they went 7-0 at home last year. It seems like the fan base is starting to come back around. The Coliseum, because Goots and I will collab on this because we're Notre Dame fans. Just shit college football atmosphere unless Reggie Bush and fucking Matt Leinart are in there. I digress. But I kind of want to put all my eggs, not all of them, but a lot of them, into the Lincoln Riley and Jaden Maeva basket. That was a guy I tweeted about, and I took him to win the Heisman last year. He obviously did not, but I think I like what I see from this guy. I think he is a legitimate quarterback. So before I do any deep diving, I'm giving you this spiel because I already kind of in my brain am have my mind made up. So check me if you need to. I think I'm going to be a USC guy.
Cool. We collab. You don't want my opinion?
Well, I didn't know if you were going to wait. I always want your opinion.
I'm going to give my opinion. We collab reluctantly because I'm scared. They have all the pieces, and that includes defense. Someone in the chat said, great OC, horrible head coach. That's correct. That's because he can't recruit anybody to play defense. It's a joke. It's a complete joke. Like Jaden Maeva in the offense was good last year. USC's offense is good often. It's all about the defense. Well, he has guys now on the defense, but doesn't mean that the defense will be good. That's where I'm a little scared because Lincoln Riley has never really proven that he can be any good at getting good play from the defensive side of the ball, and the schedule is brutal, which we'll go over. So, yes, I think this is the best team he's had at USC. I think Maeva is one of the best quarterbacks in the country. I am still scared about them on defense, especially in big games, because there's a lot of big games. You're about to go over the schedule. But, yes, as Rav mentioned, they got Gary Patterson at DC. That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you don't like. I don't know what you don't like about USC except the fact that you haven't seen them do it on defense before. But this is a team in a big put-up or shut-up spot, like you mentioned, one of the biggest in the country, and now they have all of the things they need to be successful. So it's hard not to like USC at an 8.5 win total.
Yeah, your Wi-Fi is really, really bad right now. By the way, I think it is for everybody else. I heard you. I just cannot see you at all. So let's look at some things. Maeva was 265 for 403, 10 interceptions, 24 touchdowns. Not great. You like to see that ratio a little bit better. I don't know that when you do that, it does anything at all personally.
You don't know what I'm doing, so how would you know?
I think you have to close your tab. I think you might have to restart
any better?
A little bit.
Cool.
But here are the three big questions. Can Lincoln Riley survive? Yeah. Through the first half of his momentous 10-year contract and buyout, he's been pretty safe. Last year's 9 wins were notably mostly for building towards this season, and continued improvement seems to be a requirement. Patience is thin and expectations are high for year 5. Is Gary Patterson as good as advertised? I am a big Gary Patterson guy. I've always liked Gary Patterson. I'm in on this, on getting him around there. Gary Patterson, the former Frogs head coach, USC's defense has consistently found ways to falter in key moments under Riley. It's up to Patterson to change that culture. Can 32 true freshmen be immediately integrated in the team? That concerns me. You got Lincoln Riley seems like a guy who can relate to young players. I like Patterson being around because he seems like the dude who can maybe be a little old school and the adult in the room. So again, I like that dynamic, if you will. But this is huge. 8 returning starters on offense, 5 on defense. That's pretty good. Top newcomer, DE Luke Waffle. Waffle, 6'5", 265. Where did he come from? Don't know. Doesn't matter. Emerging star, Tanuk Hines, wide receiver. Okay. He was playing in the shadow of Makai Lemon and Jacoby Lane. Sure. And Maeva. Like Maeva. I already talked about that. He's 6'1". He plays like he's 6'5". 205 senior. King Miller, running back, is back. Hines, I just mentioned. Listen to this. They returned their entire offensive line. That's massive. All 5 starters on the offensive line. Absolutely massive. And then on the defense, they got their nose tackle, defensive end, linebacker, cornerback, safety coming back. So those are all good things. Last year, they as I mentioned, they went 9-3. They lost to Oregon, and they lost to TCU in a bowl game, 30-27. Nobody really gives too much of a fuck about that. Steak, what are the betting lines for this team?
Over 8.5 wins is plus 105. I think interesting would be what's Maeva to win the Heisman, because I think he'll be around. He is 25-1 to win the Heisman, which I really do think is worth something. Let's see, Big Ten, they are plus 1,300 to win the Big Ten, and they are 35-1 to win the national championship.
Well, this isn't good. Jovan's already laughing at Gary Patterson in the Big 2-6 is what he's saying. So maybe Gary Patterson's washed. Also, now that I think about it, Gary Patterson did join the Texas coaching staff because I think that was a reason I warmed up to Texas and I got fucked like 2 years ago. So maybe I don't know, maybe a ship has sailed. Nevertheless, still think I'm going to be in on this team. All right, let's walk through the schedule. 3 tune-up games. They play in week 0. Which I saw a good tweet the other day. It was like, how many more games are added to week 0 until it's not week 0 anymore? Kind of a good point. Yeah. San Jose State, Fresno State, Louisiana. All at home to start the year. Feels like 3-0?
It's the easiest 3-0 ever.
I don't know about that.
You don't know that that's the easiest 3-0 ever?
No, I would push back and I would say Indiana's is probably easier.
Okay, fine.
I don't say State and Fresno State are not pathetic.
I didn't know you were a big San Jose State, Fresno State, Louisiana guy. My apologies.
North Texas, Howard, Western Kentucky.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
North Texas, Howard, Western Kentucky.
Pretty fucking bad, especially since North Texas' entire team is at Oklahoma State.
Okay. But to be fair, Louisiana could be just as bad as Howard. So I don't know. I didn't know Howard had a football team, dude.
I didn't either. We saw Howard at the first 4 in, and they.
I know we did. Oh my God. I cannot believe they have to go play Indiana. That is crazy.
That shouldn't get to happen.
I don't want to live in a world where that happens. It's unbelievable. All right. This is weird. They got to go all the way to Rutgers before coming back home and playing Oregon. It's not great.
Rutgers is going to be dog poop.
Okay. 3 home games. You go to Rutgers. You come back. You play Oregon. I'm sure they'll be fine. They're young kids. No jet lag. Then Washington at home. 5 of the first 6 games are at home. No bye week. What do you have? 5-1. Okay. Then you go at Penn State. Then you have a bye week. Do they win that game?
Lose at Penn State or at home against Washington, one or the other.
You're out of your mind. Give me Lincoln Riley over fucking Matt Campbell.
Do you have 6-1?
But Washington scares me a little bit.
What do you have 6-1 or 5-2? That's all that matters.
You know what? I'll be a realistic USC supporter. I think they win at Penn State, but I think they might lose to Oregon and Washington.
Okay, so we both have 5-2. We can keep going.
At Wisconsin. Oh, sorry. Bye week. Then at Wisconsin. I think they beat Wisconsin.
6-2.
Ohio State at home. They're probably going to lose that game.
Yeah. 6-3.
I guess they could win.
No, fuck it. They're beating Ohio State.
Let's go.
They're beating Ohio State 7-2. Sorry.
Let's go.
They're beating Ohio State. USC's beating Ohio State, chat. See you motherfuckers on Halloween. You don't like it, laugh now, cry later, don't care. USC winning at home against Ohio State.
So now you're since they're playing in week 0, they get 2 bye weeks. So they get another bye after Ohio State, and then they go at Indiana.
Yeah, that's a loss.
Okay. And then they play Maryland and at UCLA.
9-3.
Is it 8.5 or 9.5?
Yeah, it's 8.5, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
It is going to be tough. That is a brutal schedule. The 9-3 I came up with has them literally beating Ohio State. I mean, it's hard to bet the over win total in this team, but guess what? I still think I might do it.
Yeah. But you have them losing at Penn State, though. They can win that game.
You think it's such a lock that they would beat Penn State and Washington?
No, I don't. All right. Let's talk about Michigan.
Let's talk about Michigan.
I'll tell you what. I bought into Michigan last year, and I'm going to tell you right now. I didn't like the look of Bryce Underwood one bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not one bit. I might be so fucking out on Bryce Underwood. I mean, oh my God, this guy, he's got a cannon for an arm. He is not accurate for shit. And yeah, he can run around. That's all fine and dandy, but fuck, for like what, 4 yards? What is he going to do? Doesn't seem like a team guy. Seems like a me guy. Shout out Krabs. Me guy of the season. I would give the me guy nomination early odds on favorite to Bryce Underwood. So let's talk about this team, shall we? 7-2 in the Big Ten last season, 9-4 overall. Magazine has them ranked 16th. Big questions. How quickly will Underwood develop? What will the staff be able to do more with? Will Jason Beck continue his offensive magic? They do have a new regime. Let's just talk about that for a second. Kyle Whittingham, who is 177 and 88 in his 22 years coaching. Jason Beck is the offensive coordinator. Jay Hill is the defensive coordinator. Don't really know shit about either of those guys. They returned 7 offensive starters, 3 defensive starters. Top newcomer is edge rusher John Henry Daly, kind of a cool name, from Utah. Emerging star wide receiver Andrew Marsh. Yeah, he's good. He was there last year. 6 foot sophomore. MVP is Bryce Underwood. Overview. Primary focus is going to continue to develop Underwood while controlling the game with the rushing attack. Despite many new faces, the defense is expected to again be the Michigan Wolverines' strength. With Oklahoma visiting the Big House in Game 2, the Big Ten opener against Iowa by the end of September, Whittingham doesn't have a lot of time to get his team together. By the time mid-November rolls around, it'll be interesting to see what's on the line for trips to Oregon, Ohio State. Yikes. What are the betting lines for Michigan, Steak?
Over under 8.5 wins. The under is -170. The over is +138. I think it will make a lot of sense when we go over the schedule.
So I just want to say before we do, I really like Kyle Whittingham. When Notre Dame was in the market for a head coach, before they hired Brian Kelly, the rumors, they were never getting Urban Meyer, but the rumors were Kyle Whittingham, Pat Fitzgerald. I liked either of those guys. I really wanted Kyle Whittingham. I am a Kyle Whittingham guy. With that said, it does feel a bit like a desperate hire because Kyle Whittingham retired. You know, he's coached a lot. I'm not saying he doesn't have any, gas left in the tank necessarily, but it was like, fuck, the Sharon Moore thing happened. We need a head coach. Hey, man, can you please come out of retirement? Like the guy mentally was ready to check out. He's ready to golf, spend time with his grandkids. You know what I mean? Now he's got to go coach at Michigan where expectations are as high as they possibly can be for other big programs. Not even that expectations are high. They're starving for success. Starving. And you got a stadium with 107,000 fucking people. Good Lord. All right, let's walk through this schedule. Western Michigan at home, Oklahoma at home, UTEP at home, Iowa at home. The entire month of September, back to old Michigan ways, are all at home. However, they are at least playing some respectable opponents. What do you give them there, Steak?
3-1.
Fake retirement, soft firing. Oh, okay. At Minnesota, then a bye week.
So they will lose one of the games to Minnesota or Penn State.
Okay, well, they play Penn State next, so you're going to give them 4-2?
I'm going to give them 4-2, and I agree with you, Little Shoot 'em Up. I don't think they're beating Oklahoma.
Indiana at home.
Loss, 4-3.
6 of their first 7 games are at home. Nobody does it quite like Michigan. 4 road games. Must be tough. At Rutgers, win.
5-3.
Michigan State at home.
6-3.
At Oregon.
6-4.
UCLA at home.
7-4.
At Ohio State.
7-5.
Yeah.
This team won't sniff 9 wins. This team's not.
Is it weird that their win total is as high as it is, or no?
Kind of, but they are Michigan, and I don't know that people are quite ready to give up on Bryce Underwood. I think if you watched Bryce Underwood last year, you have to give up on him. I don't know what you saw from Bryce Underwood last year that made you thought one offseason he would come out and be a completely different quarterback. And in order for Michigan to win 9 games this year with that schedule, they need him to quite literally be a completely different quarterback than he was last year. I think you're 100% right about Kyle Whittingham. I'm a Whittingham guy too, but would I have thought ever that he would be a good fit in Michigan, even if he didn't already retire? Like, even if he didn't, even if he was active coach at Utah and just wanted to go to Michigan for a better opportunity, fine. But the guy was done coaching college football. That's the truth. And Michigan talked to a bunch of guys before that. He very clearly wasn't their first, second, or third choice. And it's a little bit of a dumpster fire with how much money they've given Bryce Underwood and what might end up happening, because he looked ugly last year. And I know he's a true freshman. I'm not forgetting that. I do not think there will be a big enough leap for Bryce Underwood that Michigan can win 9 games. Not an Oklahoma guy, but I don't think they have a chance against Oklahoma.
Daily College Bets in YouTube. Been seeing you comment, by the way. Thanks for your contributions here. He says Underwood had no QB coach and wasn't allowed to run, which is his strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right. Yeah. As it stands right now, I'm out on Michigan.
Yeah.
Out on Michigan, in on USC. Indiana's a wagon. Out on Ohio State. In on Oregon. Neutral on Penn State. Here's a team I'm really curious to learn more about, and that is the Washington Huskies. They are ranked 19th in the country. They went 5-4 in the Big Ten last year. They went 9-4 overall. They are coached by Jed Fish, who's been there 2 years. Overall records 15-11. So as you can do the math there, they're getting better. Jed Fish also calls the plays. They have 7 offensive starters coming back, 3 defensive starters coming back. Excuse me.
Big questions. Can they rise to the occasion on the road and in big games? Who will emerge at running back? Will the reliance on youth pay off? Now, you should know that Damon Williams Jr. is their quarterback. He's a very, very good player. 246 for 354, 25 tutties, the kids say. 8 interceptions, 3,000 yards. And he runs as well. 600 yards rushing, six touchdowns. So I think we threw a flyer on him to win the Heisman, or you did maybe.
Yeah, I'm a Damon Williams guy.
Yeah, I like him too, and I like Jed Fish. So as it stands, I'm already coming into this positively.
Do you remember what happened with him this year?
No.
Yeah.
The NIL, he was going to leave, and then they said, no, you got to fucking stay or something.
Yeah, it was late. It was like late, and there was like the rumors are it was LSU. I don't know how that adds up with Darian Mensah, but somebody was about to give him a bag to leave. He agreed to leave, and then they were like, no, you can't leave, and now he's back. So like, with that being factored in, how do you think Damon Williams' teammates feel about him?
Not good, but also I'm assuming they're going to get over it.
Yeah. You're assuming they're going to get over it? Yeah. Okay.
Just Position in Twitter. What's up, Just Position? Good to see you. Except his teammates hate him. LOL. On the night they had a memorial for a girl who died from cancer. Oh my God. They had a memorial from a girl who died from cancer, and on that night he announced that he was leaving. Is that what you're saying?
I've never heard that.
Yeah. So Just Position, I would assume you're either a Washington alumni, student, or fan, so you might know ball. That very night, KP Betts is following up. Okay, so right now, she was on the soccer team, and he announced it while all his teammates were at her funeral. Oh boy.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on from that. Let me ask you a couple questions about Jed Fish. Do you know what Jed Fish's record is as a head coach at UCLA, Arizona, and Washington?
33-33.
Did you really just guess that?
No, I see it in the magazine.
32-33 is his record. He has a losing record as a head coach. He gets a lot of credit. Washington gets a lot of credit too as this tough place to play. And I understand that they made the national championship game against Michigan, and Michael Penix was the man there. Kind of think Jed Fish gets too much love. Every time an opening happens at a big school, his name's tossed out there like he's like the next big thing. But it's like, you have enough at Washington to do better.
Mm-hmm.
I get not having any success at Arizona, and he did have a little bit of success at Arizona, which is what put him on the map to get the Washington job in the first place. But he's overrated. Like, if I'm a big school and I have a coaching vacancy, I am not excited that Jed Fish is one of the top names on the list to come coach my school. Because why? And I don't know, has Jed Fish ever won a big game? It's so tough to play in Washington. Give me a break. They don't beat any of the best teams in the Big Ten. They beat up on the bad teams. They're good at that. But has he ever won a big game? I don't know. So 7.5 wins feels low. The over is -150. Maybe you could factor in some of the Damon Williams stuff because it seems pretty dicey. But I don't want to bet on Jed Fish, so I'm not going to. And there's some brutal games on the schedule, and I really just wouldn't be shocked if they struggle.
When I watched Washington last year, I'm starting to realize that, you know what, maybe I just caught him at the best time possible. Because I remember this. Like it was yesterday. For some fucking reason, I took Washington State week 3. I don't know if you remember this. I was out. Where was I? God. I think I was out east. I was hammered and I wanted a wager, and I took Washington State, and the game was on, and it was something about Washington State being awful. But Washington put up 59 points in that game, and I was like, wow, they got a really, really fun offense. They also put up
have a fun offense. I want to be clear.
They put up
is fun to watch play football.
But they put up 42 points at home against Illinois. 49 against Purdue isn't nothing. They put up 48 on the road against UCLA. But now that I'm looking at it a little bit more, they might be frauds, because you're kind of opening my eyes to something. Against Ohio State at home, 6 points. I mean, come on. I know Ohio State's defense is amazing, but
they were the fakest, sharpest spot ever in that game too.
Yep. I think we took Ohio State in that game or something. At Michigan, this is where this doesn't sit well with me. I'm pretty sure I took Washington here too. but I must admit, they scored 7 points. 7 points.
Yeah.
At Wisconsin, 10 points. Oregon home, 14 points. So I'm kind of with you. They beat Boise State in a bowl game. Who gives a fuck? You know what? You may have just opened my eyes to something because I wasn't necessarily a Jed Fish disrespecter. I was okay with Jed Fish, and I liked Damon Williams. But now you're telling me all this weird, bad juju's going around for him being a fucking kind of a scumbag. And then I'm looking a little bit more. You might be onto something. You know, this might be a read of yours that I tail. I'm apprehensive on Iowa. But I'm into it more than I'm not. I can't get there with Penn State. You want to take the under on the Washington Huskies?
Kind of, yeah. But I want to go through the schedule first because we
Okay.
talked about a team yesterday. I think it was Illinois where I kind of wanted to take the under. Then we went over their schedule and I was like, nope, can't take that under. So now we'll go over the schedule. Then I'll give you my final opinion.
I think that you have that backwards. I think we liked Illinois and then we read the schedule and we liked the under.
Not
No?
me. I wanted to fade Illinois. And then I saw the schedule and thought they could definitely go over that.
Oh, okay. Well, now that you say I like Bielema, so maybe I'll revisit that.
Yeah.
You can 100% sign off on that bet. All right, here we go. They open the year with 4 straight home games. The entire month of September don't really play anybody. Well, that's not true. Utah State's pretty decent. So they got Washington State week 1, Utah State week 2, Eastern Washington week 3, and then your team Minnesota week 4.
I think they're going to lose to Minnesota, so I'm going to give them 3-1.
Okay. Then they get up on the road. First road game, they go to USC October 3rd.
They will lose that game as well, so that'll be 3-2.
Iowa at home.
Win.
At Purdue, then a bye week.
Win. So that'll be 5-2.
At Nebraska, out of the bye.
It's a pretty fucking cakewalk of a schedule so far. At Nebraska, win.
Okay. Also, let's not forget when they went to Maryland, they won 24-20, but I'm pretty sure they were losing the entire game and then made a huge comeback at the end there. So basically what I'm saying by that is I don't really know that I necessarily give them easy wins on the road in like true Big Ten.
Yeah, and we haven't talked about Nebraska yet, but I got a weird feeling about Nebraska.
Okay, so I think they could lose that game personally.
I'm giving them a win for the sake of, but I agree.
Yeah, Penn State at home.
So that's where I'll go with a loss.
We got Penn State beating everybody. At Michigan State.
Yeah, I guess I do. That'll be a win. 7-3.
And then Indiana at home and at Oregon.
Yep, 7-5. There it is.
What's their win total again?
7.5. The over is juiced.
All right, Washington under.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
Kind of in on it. All right, a couple more teams here. We did talk about Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
We did Illinois. We did Minnesota. Nebraska is going to be the next one.
Yep, that's what I was hoping you'd say.
All right, get the betting lines up. I'll give you a quick run through of this team. They are still hilariously coached by Matt Rule. He's 19-19 in 3 years at the school. His record overall as a head coach in 10 years is 66-62. They got Dana Holgerson as their offensive coordinator. They are returning 6 offensive starters, 6 defensive starters. That's pretty good. Anthony Calandria is their quarterback. They're returning 2 wide receivers, left tackle, center, and their tight end. Vincent Shavers Jr. is actually, I don't even know why. They just have a picture of him. Never mind. Top newcomer is defensive tackle from Pitt. Overview. Nebraska's late season collapse, losses by 27, 24, and 22 in its final 3 games, overshadowed 6-2 start and was triggered in part by Raiola's injury. Now, there are big changes at quarterback and in the defensive scheme. Optimism isn't what it was before the 2025 season, but Nebraska's team might be deeper overall. 4-5 in the Big Ten, 7-6 overall. This magazine has them ranked 38th overall. What are the betting lines on Nebraska?
The win total is 6.5. The over is plus 118. Hopefully that ends up making sense when we go over the schedule. I like what Lightning said. As a Nebraska fan, this is the first year our fan base has zero optimism. Seems as if the media has no hype either. Take that as you will. Now, I don't know if you remember me the last couple of years, but I've been such a Nebraska hater that some of the people in the chat that are Nebraska fans who would probably be steak foxhole guys didn't like me. because I've been so hard on how dog shit of a program Nebraska is all these years with just zero anything to back it up. And now I'm sort of really excited for Nebraska. I'm excited for them to have a year where I actually think they have a decent football team and zero expectations. Zero expectations. No one's talking about Nebraska. You're actually the one who made me hip to who their quarterback is. Is it Kenny Minchie?
No, that's Kentucky.
Who's the quarterback for Nebraska?
Anthony Calandria, the guy from UNLV.
Oh, yeah, I got Kentucky and Nebraska mixed up. I'm an idiot. Anthony Calandria from UNLV, who we backed a lot last year because who was the quarterback for UNLV going into the year? I'm drawing a blank.
It was people were really
big name.
People were really hyped on him.
Fuck, someone in the chat's gonna know.
Someone's gonna know it.
Who started the year for UNLV before Calandria came in? Big name. Like flopped at a big
Alex
school.
Orgy. Yep, I was gonna say he flopped at a big program. I forgot who was. Was that? No, it was Michigan.
Yeah, Orgy. Yep. Exactly. And then Calandria came in and balled out. Liked everything I saw from him. So it's 6.5 wins. I'm not going to tell you if I'm taking the over till you go to the schedule, go through the schedule with me. But am I excited for Nebraska fans to just have a year with no expectations where they might sneaky reel off 8 or 9 wins? I would be pretty excited.
All right. Well, listen, once I remembered who the quarterback is, and once you're telling me there's no expectations from the fan base, count me in on Nebraska. In blindly. Don't even care what the schedule is. Also, Anthony Calandria, I remember when we started to take UNLV, remember they went on the road against like Sam Houston State or something, and they were like 14-point favorites. And I think Sam Houston State was fake sharp in that game. They beat the fuck out of them. Anthony Calandria is my guy since that game. Last year, 65% completion, 3,500 yards passing, 23 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 649 yards on the ground, and 10 touchdowns. Anthony.
Okay. We're going to go through the schedule, but Daily College Bet's another nug that kind of makes me look less stupid.
Oh, yeah.
You knew there was something like that. It was something because Stein from Oregon went to Kentucky, and then Minchie followed him there, right?
Yep.
I think that's what it was. Okay, got
yep.
it. Well, I like Calandria.
I like Calandria a lot. I'm in. Give me Nebraska. All right, let's go over this schedule. How many wins? 6.5?
6.5.
Okay, we need 7 wins. Let's find it. Ohio to start the year. Bowling Green, North Dakota, 3 home games. Ohio, Bowling Green, North Dakota are not that's not the easiest for a team like Nebraska, but they should be able to go 3-0.
Yeah, if they don't go 3-0, you're not hitting your win total. So,
yeah. Also, a big hire was Jeep Wade, OL coach from Georgia Tech. Damn, dude. So Georgia Tech lost their offensive line coach and their offensive coordinator.
The offensive coordinator's at Florida. They also lost their quarterback. They were really excited about.
Okay, then you go on the road and play Michigan State.
Yeah, I'm going to call it a win.
I'll call it a win too. Fuck it. Come back home. You get Maryland and Indiana. So 5 home games in the first 6 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, is it so insane to say that they'll be 5-0 going into the Indiana game?
Not at all.
Okay. So they'll be 5-0. Then they'll obviously lose to Indiana.
Then they got to go to Oregon. They're going to lose that game.
Obviously 5-2.
Yep. Then they get a bye week and Washington at home.
5-3, probably.
Need to give them a loss there.
Probably.
Okay. Then they go to Illinois. Give them a loss there.
It is brutal.
This is tough. It's tough.
5-4. This is tough.
At Rutgers.
6-4.
Okay. Then these are the last 2. Ohio State at home and at Iowa.
There it is. They beat Iowa to go over their win total. 7-5. 7-5 for the Huskers.
I like it. And that's assuming they lose to Washington at home.
Yeah.
But they do have to beat Michigan State on the road and Maryland at home. It's not going to be easy, but they can do it. Yeah, that is a weird schedule. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of teams do own Nebraska, but I'm not. I just really low on Iowa this year.
Wisconsin and UCLA. You want to fly through these real quick?
Wisconsin, UCLA. Yep, I do.
Wisconsin is supposed to have some hype. They have Colton Joseph, their quarterback. I think it's the guy from Old Dominion.
Correct.
So they've got him, Luke Fickell. You know, I watched an interview with Luke Fickell. I wanted to love Luke Fickell to Wisconsin when he came over. I think I'm kind of out on Luke Fickell. He's like a little too, he's like a nicer Greg Schiano. And it's like, I think you have to be all in or all out on that kind of, that style, in my opinion. You're like super hard-nosed, boring dude and weird, or you're not. 3 offensive starters, 1 defensive starter. So, I mean, they got a lot of turnover. But also something they pointed out is Wisconsin has had one of the hardest schedules in college football the last few years. This schedule is much, much easier.
An absurd amount of injuries. I know everyone has injuries, absurd amount of injuries.
Yep. So hopefully we'll see what happens. He said he likes this guy from Old Dominion because he's a winner. I'm okay with that. But what are the win total stake? And then let's go over the schedule.
6.5. I don't see that much hype for Wisconsin personally. I'm not sure if you are. I'm not seeing that. The over is -114, 6.5. I'm torn. I'm torn because I'm a huge Colton Joseph guy. I think I was more of a Colton Joseph guy than a Mestamaker guy. I remember when the transfer portal was happening, I was saying, like, I'm more likely to back where Colton Joseph goes than I am to back where Mestamaker goes. I think he's really, really good. But Luke Fickell might just suck. There's always that possibility that he sucks and that he caught lightning in a bottle at Cincinnati with Desmond Ridder, who, say what you want about him as an NFL quarterback, was a very good college quarterback. Sauce Gardner, I don't know how a guy like that ended up at Cincinnati. And at Wisconsin, he's been abysmal. The schedule has been hard and the injuries have been aplenty, but you cannot make that many excuses for how terrible Luke Fickell's been. And depending on how this goes, because they're going to lose to Notre Dame, then they get a couple easy games. But I'm going to tell you right now, if they get housed by Notre Dame, beat Western Illinois and Eastern Michigan, and then have a couple losses, like lose to Penn State, lose to Michigan State, I think he could get fired before or directly after this UCLA game. So I'm scared, reluctant. I want to back Colton Joseph and say that Wisconsin will find a way to win 7 this year. But, man, let's go through the schedule because I don't know where we're going to find them.
Notre Dame and Green Bay. Western Illinois at home, Eastern Michigan at home, and then at Penn State. You want to give them 2 and 2?
Yep.
Okay. Michigan State at home, going to have to win that game.
Absolute must win. Must win.
Give them 3 and 2, but then they go at UCLA. Oh, I'm sorry. Then they get a bye week. Then they go at UCLA. What do you want to do there?
It's tough, man. It's really tough. I don't like fucking UCLA that much, but I guess you got to respect Chesney. They're going to be UCLA will obviously be favored in this game. They need to win.
How about this? Between UCLA and USC, you want to give them 1 and 1?
Yeah, but they're not beating USC. So you're saying they're going to beat UCLA. But let's say it. Fuck it. They'll be 4 and 2. Let's say it.
At Iowa.
So they'll be 4 and 3 after USC. Sorry. At Iowa.
I don't
win.
think they're winning that game.
Yeah,
I'm giving winning that game
against Iowa. I'm doing too much with that for sure. So you say loss. Let's go 4 and 4.
Okay. Rutgers at home.
Win 5 and 4.
At Maryland.
Win 6 and 4.
At Purdue.
Win 7 and 4.
Minnesota at home.
Loss.
Well, this schedule is cupcake as fuck.
Well, it's really not, but it ends well.
Dude.
Notre Dame, Penn State, USC in your first 7 games isn't cakewalk, but I get what you're saying.
No Oregon, no Ohio State, no fucking Michigan. But you're right. You're right. Actually, because of the Notre Dame game. So Notre Dame, Penn State, USC. I get, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like scared to touch Wisconsin. I'm going to leave them.
I'm scared to touch them too. Just excited to watch Colton Joseph. Yeah, that's
all right. Quantitative says I'm higher on UCLA. Top transfer portal classes and experience. Last one of the day, boys and girls, and then we're going to shut it down. New coaches in town. Bob Chesney. I like the cut of this guy's jib. He's 132 and 52 and 16 years of coaching. They got Nico Iamaleava coming in. Guy's kind of a douchebag, maybe not as bad of a guy as Damon Williams. Bob Chesney is quoted as saying, I did not come here to be average. QE saying they got a top transfer portal, only 1 starter coming back, left guard Eugene Brooks, and then 2 on defense. So a lot of turnover here. UCLA was 3-9 last year. That's why they fired everybody. Let's see. Overview. Chesney has worked his way up each division of college football and posted a winning record in all but one of his 16 seasons as head coach. Kind of reminds me of Brian Kelly. UCLA in his first power job. I fucked that up. Bruins are banking on Chesney's proven track record that includes 5 Patriot League titles at Holy Cross, 2 at James Madison, capped by the school's first ever playoff appearance. All right, this isn't really telling me anything. Newcomer, DN, Sahir West. Yeah. All right. What the fuck? I guess we're going to go over the schedule. What's the win total?
6.5.
All right. Let's talk about it. First game at Cal.
Yeah, I think they're going to lose.
San Diego State and Purdue at home.
Win-win.
2-1. At Maryland, then a bye.
Win.
3-1.
Yep.
At Oregon,
Obviously a loss.
3 straight home games. Wisconsin, Michigan State, Nevada.
2-1 in those. So where does that put us? Nevada in the middle of the year. So odd.
5-3.
So they lose to
At Cal loss, at Oregon loss.
and lose to Wisconsin. Yep. So we're at 5-3. We have 4 games left.
Here's the next 4. At Minnesota, Illinois, at Michigan, USC. Oof.
1-3 for me.
Okay, so that's 6-6.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet UCLA's win total over with your money.
Okay. I think we did just about everybody, ladies and gentlemen. I think that is the Big Ten, and I cannot believe. Well, no Purdue and no Rutgers. You're really out on Purdue. So, Steak. Let's do this. I'm gonna put my favorite bets. So obviously we've got the newsletter we're gonna do. I'm gonna do an article for the Book It Sports website on maybe my favorite Big Ten bets. A lot of question marks for me.
It should be collab. Like I'll send you a write up for a couple of my Big Ten bets. You plug them in the article.
Yeah, the
idea, right?
Jeff and Steak's favorite. Yeah, I like that. Best bet from each. Let's at least let's give our favorite bets from each.
I'll go first. Northwestern under 5.5 wins is my favorite play in Big Ten. That's number 1, but I already posted on Twitter, so I'll give one more. I very much like Minnesota this year. I'm going to buy into PJ Fleck and the culture and Drake Lindsay and Darius Taylor, and I think they're going to be very, very good, and I think they're going to win 8 or 9 games.
Okay. So I've got a couple that I'm liking. You talked me into the Washington under. Not going to give that as my favorite, but I'm just saying it's something I like. I was ready to almost go all in on USC. The schedule does scare the fucking shit out of me. Kind of coming around to maybe fading Ohio State after losing all those people. But you know what? I think at the end of the day, Illinois is another team that I think I like, mainly because I'm a Bielema guy. I don't know enough about Caton Hauser, though. I need to get eyes on him. I do know enough about Anthony Calandria, and I think this guy's a fucking football player. Am I a Matt Rule guy? Hell no. But a school and a fan base that doesn't have a lot of expectations, low optimism, and I think a quarterback that is dual threat and capable of giving the fan base something to root for and be excited about to go to these football games. Give me the over on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. That's gonna be my guy and my team.
Okay. Real quick, we will touch on Purdue and Rutgers tomorrow because I have strong feelings on both of them, and we're not gonna be those guys who don't talk about them. So no one get upset. We'll talk about it tomorrow. 2, I believe we have Greg to talk some NFL tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Greg will be on. We're talking AFC East and NFC East tomorrow. And then guys, we're gonna do a picket show tonight to talk baseball. Obviously, there's a couple games during the day. Tune into BTL at 12:30. Get your Beat the Streak play in. Pick it at the park next Saturday. We'll also do a golf match with Biev and BK. That should be pretty fun that Friday. And then what else do we have for you? Yeah, we'll tweet it out. 6 o'clock tonight, Steak, on the Picket YouTube channel. We'll go through some bets. All right, guys. Yep, football talk is great. Good job. We grinded through that. We cranked through that. Good luck on all your wagers today. And we will see you tomorrow. We'll see you tonight on Picket, 6 o'clock. We'll see you tomorrow on the Book It Sports channels at 10 a.m. Bye-bye.